See if you hear GangStalk from a distance. They've been harassing me all day. And one of them's walking up through here right now. Right when I get outside the tent, the little bitch is walking up through here. He's gonna come through here, watch. Watch, there he is right there. Alright, that's the little one. See if you hear GangStalk. Now he's magically appearing on the scene. That was the one that walked up to my tent yesterday. So let's see if this little bitch, this little criminal bitch, okay, causes any problems, any of them, towards me today while I'm here right now. Okay? Let's see if you hear GangStalk being said. Listen. They say GangStalk, they say in the middle of the conversations they're having. They just said it. They said it again. Watch. All you gotta do is even listen for the sounds of the word GangStalk. They'll say it really fast. Just listen, you'll hear it. The little one that tried to walk to my tent yesterday, he just walked down into the area. He's wearing blue. So they're gonna eventually start using him more, probably over at Rouse or CVS in that general area. He's a real short guy. Real short. He's probably not even, I don't even think he's 5 feet. They're nothing but neighborhood lowlifes that are being used. You should see them, man. What the fuck, the way they look. You know, if you saw them walking down the street, they are the type of people that you wouldn't even want to say hi to. They're all skanked out and bummy looking. Trust me, you'll hear it. Now, you see where my finger's pointing at right now? There's a huge tree. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a tree right there at the edge of my finger. You can see it. Okay? That's a tree that fell all the way from the level ground. Okay, on the other side of my finger. You know, going that way. Okay, it fell. You can see it. Like, look at the end of my finger. It's a fallen tree. And it goes all the way across up there. Then there's another fallen tree right here. Okay, that you can see at the end of my finger going across. But that big one up there that you see right at the end of my finger going across, see it? I was originally hiking underneath that tree when I moved here in October 2012. And within 10 days, they brought those assholes over to hike 30 feet from where I was hiking at. I then packed up my stuff because I was going to go to Yucca Valley for, a few days, and I ended up going there for 1 week. And at first, I thought it was a neighbor from off the hill that was doing landscape work down in here. Okay? And then when I was gone for a week to Yucca Valley, I packed up all my stuff and hid it, and then took a backup tent with me so I could sleep in it once I got to Yucca Valley. Okay? And then when I came back, I noticed that it had rained in San Diego County when I was gone, and all the rainwater comes down up and through here. It washes down from the whole entire neighborhood. It comes down up and through here. That's why there's a creek right there where all the water goes to. See? And when it rained, when I was gone for a week, when I went to Yucca Valley, all the water from the neighborhood comes running up through here, and it came running up through here from the street all the way down to there, and then ends up clearing to go into the creek right where I had my tent pitched up at before I left. And then when I came back and noticed that all the bark had been moved and all the bushes and trees had been washed away, I thought to myself, well, I can't hike there no more. I'll get flooded out when it rains. But at the same time I was noticing that, I turned my head and noticed that they had created a camping area 30 feet away. So their intention was to actually harass me and gang stalk me 30 feet from where I was originally hiking at. But when I came home and discovered the whole area had gotten flooded out, that's when I decided, see now they shut up, that's when I decided to move way over here. Okay. Now, if you went to Google right now and typed in organized stalking or gang stalking and how these expeditions will gain access to fellow tenants of apartments that are above, below, or next to a target so they can harass a target from the other side of the walls, okay, including the apartment above the target, so therefore the target has to hear stomping on the ceiling, or below the target so they can pound on the ceiling of their ceiling, which would be the floor of the target's apartment, and to engage in a bunch of other harassment techniques in order to drive the target crazy so the target will move. It's done to harass them at apartment buildings, so the target, to motivate the target to move. They then go to another apartment and they're gang stalking in the same exact way at that apartment building. They then move from there and go to another one, and the same identical thing happens there. So then the target individual goes to a motel room. And as a result of the police being involved in these expeditions, and as a result of these individuals wearing fake badges, they will get the cooperation of motel managers and motel maids and housekeepers to get their cooperation so they can enter the target's motel room and steal things. Okay, move furniture around, steal clothing and then replace it, or damage clothing, including luggage. And they will keep the target individual up as a result of the noise they intentionally create in the motel room next to theirs. And that's done to let the target know that no matter where they go, they're going to be gang stalked to that place. Literally. And all this can be Googled, and you'll see I'm telling you the truth. You can go to Google right now and type in organized stalking or gang stalking, how they rent apartments next to targets, how they will rent motel rooms next to target, and you'll clearly be able to see I'm telling you the truth. So if they'll go through all that on top of gang stalking a target along all their routes, do you honestly think they won't gang stalk them to a hiking area? Now these are just neighborhood low-life bums that are being cheaply bought off, okay, who are on a power trip because they're being used by somebody like a cop who's connected to these organized gang stalking expeditions. Now in closing, because I got stuff to do, that's the reason why I got outside of my tent, I'm going to show you right now an audio file. Now let me tell you something right now. This hiking area is got two things attached to it. I'm only going to describe one of them. And the one that I'm going to describe, along with the other one, describes where I'm at. But I'm using, one of them is using one technique to describe where I'm at, and the other one is using code words to describe where I'm at, and I'm doing it for legal and strategic purposes. After I move, I will disclose what they are, and then you'll be able to make complete sense of why I did it. Just trust me. Just trust me. You'll wide openly be able to see why I did it, and then you'll say that's a good idea. Literally. Now, this hiking area goes by two different codes to describe the location of it. One of the codes is GILL times 2, I'm a woman, not a man, HA location. Now, on a sidewalk, not too far away from a number-coded location, okay, this event occurred on Thanksgiving Day. One of the two of the individuals that played a role in the event, is that person directly connected to the number-coded location? Yes. And I got a video picture of them as well. That video picture has not been uploaded to the internet yet, and I'm not going to upload it until the time is right. And then when I do upload it, I'll explain why it hasn't been uploaded yet. That particular individual that I got a video picture of played a role in this Thanksgiving event. Now, the individual who's managing this expedition is basically using multiple different homeless people in Lajolla to engage in gang stalking of me, including the ones that are standing on corners holding up signs asking for help, like money. That's right, in the Lajolla community. Make no mistake about it. And they will even use these same assholes, because what they're doing is congregating over there. One of them just literally walked up through here, walked up down there, and walked over there. Okay? Now, and he's not even 5 feet tall. Yesterday, he walked up through here, and when I was in the tent making a video, and he walked up and through here, and then literally came in here, acting like he was going into the wrong hiking area. And I said goodbye, got his attention, and then he turned and walked away. Now, was that being done? He's on video now, so what I'm going to do is not upload that video until after I move, because I'm preparing to move. Okay? Now, I'm going to play you the audio file, a section of a transferred audio file of a recording file that caught me being harassed on a sidewalk on Thanksgiving Day. Is one of these individuals that's playing a role in this event directly connected to the number-coded location? Yes. And when I expose it, you'll understand how it all applies. Just trust me. As these individuals are harassing me, they're also saying gangstalk, gangstalking, and gangstalking. I'm going to F you up. You be the judge. Do you hear it? Gangstalking, I'll fuck you up. This occurred on a sidewalk. Now, in closing, let me tell you something. That event occurred on Thanksgiving Day. Hang on a second. I gotta put my phone away. This event that you just heard took place on Thanksgiving Day. Do you notice how they were saying gangstalk, gangstalking, and gangstalking? I'm gonna F you up. It occurred on a sidewalk on Thanksgiving Day, and Thanksgiving Day is not even 2 months ago. Now, throughout the entire year, I've been at this particular hiking location for 15 months. And throughout the entire year of 2013, I was making videos at this location stating that they were putting individuals to get up on the sidewalk and say gangstalk as they rode their bikes by. And then periodically, I was also making statements in the same videos and in other videos, over 75 to 100 of them, that when they were doing that, they were also saying gangstalker as they were going by, and then saying gangstalker, why don't you come and steal our stuff? That's a threat on a sidewalk. I made over 75 videos stating that they were doing that, and that the assholes they set up 100 feet away were doing it as well. Now, then this event that you just heard from my phone occurred on a sidewalk. And they were saying gangstalking, I'm going to F you up. That's a threat while they're saying gangstalking. So that brings alive the fact that all the previous videos that I ever made, over 75 of them, at this location, stating they were getting up on the sidewalk and doing that, individuals riding their bikes by, and the freaked out skanky sewer rats. You wouldn't believe the filthy sewer rats they're using 100 feet away. They're alcoholics, and I have a feeling they're involved in other illegal activity over there as well. Now, they have walked by on the sidewalk, and right when they walk by, they'll say gangstalk. One of them one day literally walked by, and it got my attention that he was walking by because he said something to his dog. He then walked by and then walked down the hill there, came up through that area, and then came back up through this way in order to use that tree to walk across the ledge because there's a little creek there. And when he got to about right there, he said gangstalker. And I turned on my video camera and caught it. That's right. That's right. Now think about this. Throughout the entire year of 2013, I was making videos stating they were getting up on the sidewalk and saying gangstalker. Why don't you come and steal our stuff? That's a threat, while they were saying gangstalker. Then, on Thanksgiving Day, on a different sidewalk, and I'll expose that once I move, pertaining to where that sidewalk's at, they get along my path and say, gang of stalking, I'm going to F you up. That's a threat too. That shows that I was telling the truth already in reference to what they were doing here. Because what's the likelihood that I was making videos throughout the entire year of 2013 stating that they were putting individuals on a sidewalk to say that, and then seeing a threat with it? And in some of the videos, I even stated that they got two separate UCSD students to walk by me on UCSD's campus on two separate dates, and they had two separate students on two separate dates walk by me and say, "Gang stalker, why don't you go and steal her stuff?" Those were uploaded as well. And then, on Thanksgiving Day, these two assholes appear along my route on a sidewalk and say, "Gang of stalking, I'm going to F you up." I'm going to let you hear it again, and then I got to go. We're going to see if any event transpires here. Any event. They're nothing but filthy sewer rats. And let me tell you another thing. We're going to see if any of the individuals from that area or any other hiking areas that I move to magically appear along my routes at Ross grocery stores, CVS, Whole Foods markets, Staples, Best Buy, UTC, any public library, or any place I go, including transportation routes. And as a result of them being in the environment when an event is happening, at any business, public library, university, bus route, bus stop, sidewalk, any place, if any of these assholes that they set up or any of their friends that they have also come here to interact with the guys who are already over there act as a witness or a perpetrator in any event that takes place towards me, about me, concerning me, around me, or against me, along any of my routes, including any place I go, and as a result of the event unfolding and them being in the area or them being involved in the event, they then say, "Well, I know where she lives at and where she's hiking at," and then they tell the police, security, or business managers or business owners or employees or any other place that's connected to the event. If they are used to be able to dictate and disclose where I'm living at, it would be a staged event for that purpose. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the police and or property owner have to have a normal appearing reason to know where I'm hiking so they can come and evict me. And since these assholes are already involved in the gang stalking, which I can prove undeniably, do you honestly think that staged events, which are called street theaters, you can Google that term, staged events are called street theaters and gang stalking. So all you gotta do is Google it. Staged events are where they will stage an event in order to bring about a result, an effect for the target to experience. And as a result, when these individuals play a role in the event, they'll either play a role in the event or act as a witness. And then they'll say, "Well, I know where she lives at. She's living down in the, where I'm living at now. And I can tell you and show you where she's living at." So it can be put on the police report, and so they can either contact the property owner to have them come here and evict me, or so the police will. These are the methodologies of gang stalking, literally. Now think about this. Remember what I've already stated. They were getting up on the sidewalk all throughout the year of 2013 and riding their bikes by, walking by. I'm talking about other people. And then these filthy skanks were walking by on their way to their area and saying "gang stalker" as they were walking by, and even down right there as they were walking to their area. And that was caught on video. Then on Thanksgiving Day, this event transpired on a sidewalk. I'm not going to say what sidewalk it was. Do you hear them say gang stalking, and gang is stalking, I'm going to F you up? That's a threat. Same exact identical type of harassment, which shows I was telling the truth in all the videos that I made in 2013 before the Thanksgiving event occurred. Just listen. Gang is stalking, I'll F you up. Now let me show you another thing. These bags usually aren't here. I'm getting ready to wrap them up right now. Do you see this? All of these sticks and everything that I set up? I set all these sticks up just in case, because once it gets dark out, it's getting dark out now at 5 o'clock in San Diego County because it's fall and winter. So what I did, this is the entrance that I come in to come into the hiking area and to use it to leave. So what I did was I set up all these sticks. And I set them up in a way to where if they move once it gets dark out, the rest of them will fall. That'll give me opportunity while I'm in my tent to be able to hear it, so I can grab my maze, which is right here. Okay? Now, last weekend, what they did was when they set up their hiking area over there, they also created a ledge that they can walk on from their hiking area, and then once they get to the end of the edge, it's directly perpendicular to these black weatherization sheets I put up. That's why I put them up, because they were creating the ledge and then got on the end of the ledge and would yell gangstalk at night to keep me up. They'd yell gangstalk, suck my dick, sorry about the language, and then laugh about it non-stop. One night they did it for 3 hours in a row and didn't stop until it rained, literally. So that's why I put this up. Okay? They also threatened to steal my property by saying, gangstalk, why don't you steal her stuff? Or gangstalk, why don't you call the cops on her? Threats. Okay? Now, last weekend, they got a guy to get up on the ledge, and I don't know what he was on. He had to be on something. Because let me tell you what he did. He got up on the end of the ledge, and I heard him because I was outside of my tent. So I went over there to see who it was. And the guy was wearing blue sweatshirt and blue pants. He then left from the ledge and started walking on the hill above there and walked all the way across to over there on the other side of the creek. Okay, he walked all the way up on the hill, which he could have easily been seen by neighbors that are up off the hill. Okay, you can see the black weatherization sheets from the sidewalk or from the neighbors, because I've already ascertained you came. But anyways, he walked from the ledge all the way up on the hill to walk all the way over there, and then found a way to cross the creek just like they cross it from over here by using the fallen trees. And then I heard him moving a bunch of bushes around. Okay, because all this stuff is basically twigs and branches of, the bushes are really branchful around here. Okay, just like this one. So you could, and they're all close together and compacted together, so you could hear them move. And then all of a sudden it got quiet for like 45 minutes. So I made lunch and started making a video for my fellow targets. So it was a survival video, which I haven't made. I haven't published it yet. And so I made my lunch and I was making a survival video, and then all of a sudden I started hearing the brushes move again. So I got outside of my tent, walked through this way, and walked about right over there and stood, and he came out from the bushes and stood right there and started walking towards me until he seen I had a video camera, and then he walked away, and then eventually got up on the sidewalk. And you wouldn't believe how this guy was acting. Totally crazed out of his mind. He was on something. Okay, so I had no doubt in my mind that these little filthy sewer rats are being, one of them, in fact the one, at the beginning of this video, I said that there's a guy walking down right now in blue, and he's walking down, and he walked over there. Originally I thought he was going to come up this way and cross, but he chose to go another way. The one that tried to approach my tent yesterday, I've seen him at CVS buying alcohol. And I've seen the other one standing on the corner, okay, soliciting money. They're alcoholics, and God only knows what else they're doing over there. Okay, and they're being cheaply paid off by the manager of this expedition. Okay, that's right, to harass me by yelling gangstalk, suck my you-know-what, laughing about it. That's right, and they make sure the person who's managing them to do this, they make sure that they're here every weekend, so I don't have no peace of mind during the weekend. That's right. This is the little bullshit I got to put up with, and then ask yourself, why won't the San Diego police make one police report concerning it? Am I a whistleblower about the San Diego police? Could that be it? Alright, I gotta go because I got stuff to do today and it's almost dark out. We're gonna see if these little filthy sewer rats cause any problems that will bring the police here and or property owner. And that includes them stealing any of my stuff. Any of my stuff, provoking me to go over and confront them once I notice it's stolen, so then the police can be called by a third party. These are the literal schemes of gang stalking. They're called street theaters and gang stalking expeditions. They're also called skits and productions, where they will literally stage and bring about an event that they designed the day before or the night before, and then they get this certain amount of people they're going to use for the event, and then they just play it out, trying to provoke the target, and they will stage a third witness. Like say if an event happens here between me and them, or if they decide to act loud on purpose, and then they'll put a third party on the sidewalk or get a neighbor involved to call the police and say, well, these people who are calling the police called the police because they saw or heard them. The police come down to evict them. They then act like they noticed me, and they evict me too. Because they have to make it appear what's happening to me is happening because of normal appearing excuses, including how they get their dog to bark purposely. Do you know how, like, when you hear a dog that might be yelping because he's hurt? Last 2 weekends ago, they got their dog to yelp for 35 minutes in a row, non-stop. It got to the point where I thought maybe they might have abandoned the dog for a while, and he got trapped in a leash, and I almost got outside of my tent to go over there to see what was wrong with him. And then right before I did it, I started hearing them talk, and then the yelping stopped. Figured that one out. So anyways, what I'm doing right now is keeping a video log about what's happening to me, so the truth can be known about what's happening to me. I'm not involved in any illegal or criminal activity whatsoever. I'm not a threat to myself or others, and I'm not mentally ill. I am a target, victim, and activist concerning the crimes of gangstalking. And gangstalking are directly connected to human trafficking rings, and I have no idea at all whatsoever who these people are at all. I don't even know if I've even met any of them. I know. Listen to this. Listen. See these guys jogging by? One's got a red shirt on. Okay? Now that's what I mean. They'll get individuals to jog by and ride their bikes by and say gangstalk. And then they'll use them guys as well to do it too when they're on the sidewalk. Or they'll say it from a distance while they're over there. It's literally what they do. That's right. That's right. Alright, I gotta go, and in order for you to be able to see how easy it is for a corrupt police officer that's attached to organized gangstalking to get dupe community members to do things for them in specific ways, go to YouTube and type in "listen to a stranger." Just do it. It's a video that was literally made to illustrate some of the techniques of gangstalking. Okay, I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California. Today's date is January 19th, 2013, and hopefully my phone is still on so I can show you today's date. Yes, it is. You know, this phone has got a voice command feature. And it's in the tools menu. It's called the voice command. And as a result of going to the tools menu, I can activate the voice command and then to enable the phone to say the time and date. Check it out.
Say a command. January 19th, Sunday, 4:57 p.m. Say a command.
I've had to make so many videos today just to expose what's been happening to me and what could happen to me that I barely got any of my personal stuff done. But these videos are in part what is exposing them and keeping me safe. Because some of my videos are video predictions, just like some of the statements in this video are video predictions concerning, let's see if anything happens here. And that includes, like when I leave, I am preparing to move from here, but before I move, I gotta leave, like to transfer property from this place to the place I'm gonna be moving to. That means I'm gone from this place because I'm literally transferring property from this place to that place. Now, while I'm gone, I come back and a trespass notice is put on my tent, or the tent's gone and a trespass notice is left. That's right. That's right. Now, you can go to Google and type in landlords and property owners and gangstalking. Just do it. How do you think the homelessness is created? That's right, including also by using Pulse employees, mail up to mail to layman, of rent. They're not creating the homelessness for no reason. It's done to put the targeted individual in dire circumstances. That's right, and they're eventually going to go after my money. Make no mistake about it. I'll make some videos about that in the near future. Alright, I gotta go because I got shit to do before it gets dark, and it's getting dark right now. And you notice how they shut up really fast? They've been talking loud all day today until I get outside of my tent and start making a video, and then all of a sudden it gets quiet. Is that because one of them might even be sitting on the ledge right now, listening to what I'm doing? %98 of the time when I get outside of my when they bother me all day long, once I get outside of my tent to start doing things, they shut up. 98% of the time. That's no accident. That tells me that they're probably sitting over there on the ledge, or getting one of them to sit over there on the ledge so that person can monitor what I'm doing. That's right. They didn't create the ledge for no reason, not just to harass me. And observation and surveillance and tracking of a target is all over the internet in reference to that being a method of gangstalking. How do you think they're putting the craft harassment along all my routes? Through observation, tracking, and surveillance, including even using my own cell phone. Go to Google and YouTube and type in cell phone hacking and gangstalking. They can use my cell phone as a GPS locator. They can use the how like when you put the phone up to your face in order to talk to it. Well, the little speaker that you speak into when you talk on your phone can be hacked into and used as a microphone. So they can literally hear if I'm making audio files inside my tent stating, okay, I'm getting ready to get outside of my tent, you know, my tape recorder, which is even recording right now. Because when I'm inside my tent, since I don't know what they might pull on any day basis, before I get outside of my tent in the morning, before I go to get up to leave for the day, or when I get outside of my tent to do landscape work or to deal with some of my property that's hidden close by, I'll make an audio file inside the tent stating I'm getting ready to get outside my tent to do something or to leave. Okay? If they're hacking into my phone and using the speaker of my phone as a microphone, and they can do it even when the phone is turned off, then they hear what I'm about ready to do. And that's how they craft the harassment. Do you see what I'm saying? They also use targeted individual cell phones as GPS locators, and they'll even hack into the camera of the phone. Just go to Google and YouTube and type in 2 separate descriptions. Well, actually 3. Organized stalking and cell phone hacking, gang stalking and cell phone hacking, or cell phone hacking and stalking. Look at all YouTube videos and Google it. And you'll see I'm telling you the truth, literally. I think one of the type of technologies they used for this is called snooper technology, and that can be Googled as well. Alright, I gotta go. I just showed you the date and time by showing you a video picture of my cell phone and then using the cell phone to literally show you the date and time. If any event transpires at this hiking area, including tonight, today I heard one of them say, you got a flashlight. And you know what else they do? They purposely walk by this tent when I'm in it at night once it gets dark, and that's done to make me nervous about what's going on around me. And I can tell it's intentionally being done because what they're doing is walking back and forth. They're not just walking by, they're literally walking back and forth, and then the next day I literally see their footprints. Okay? So it's just done to make you nervous, scared, paranoid. Because being frightened and being nervous and experiencing the anxiety from it wears you out. And that's what they want. You better believe that's what they want. And that's how these freaks are being used. They're nothing but, you would not believe. If you walked by any of these guys they're using, you would want to vomit. That's how sickening they are. They're just neighborhood lowlifes who have dedicated their life to what it appears to be nothing but partying. And it's probably why they're homeless. I don't know. I don't judge people. I try not to judge people, you know. But if you've seen them, if you've seen what I've seen from them, they would not be the type of people that you would even want to say hi to. They're skanks. You know, and anybody that engages in gang stalking is a lowlife, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California, Lajolla. Let's see if any event happens at GILL ×2, I'm a woman, not a man, hiking location. That's a code word for a specific hiking location. And once I do what I gotta do, I'm gonna expose where that hiking location is at. You better believe it. And then I'm gonna expose the reality of this Thanksgiving event. And it's gonna blow your mind. Alright, I gotta go. I feel kind of stupid that I'm making these videos, but I think that I'm doing the right thing in order to keep myself safe and to expose what's happening to me. What else can you do, you know? I mean, human beings got to do what they got to do to stay safe, right? You know? And if you're a victim of a crime and can't get no help, that's going to piss you off to do things you might not normally do. I mean, I don't exactly, I mean, this is not exactly something that everyday people do, is make videos about them being gang stalked, okay? But you got to do what you got to do to survive, you know what I mean? And one of the best things to do is to expose what's happening to you, to keep them at bay, and to expose the people that, when they can be identified in the places that have been used so they can be identified to the public. That's right, because they have no right to do this to anybody. Alright, I got to go, and I do appreciate you listening. Okay, I literally got to go, so thank you very much, and have a good day.